guitar scream. We're talking wrestling, living the dream. From Tokyo to London, across the globe, respecting the craft, we're in the know. No gimmicks or fakes, just pure passion and skill. The best talents from every wrestling hill. We dive deep into the stories behind the ring. Respecting the craft, making the fans sing. Respect the craft, making the fans sing. Respect the craft, respect the fight. We bring the best, we can't hide.
And we are live. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Respect the Craft. This is episode number 341, and I'm joined by Alpha Sigma Zone, Casey Jacobs. What's going on, brother? What's going on, man?
Nothing much. Enjoying the holidays. Well, besides the cold, my ears are suffering with my haircut. But we're living.
Yeah, I feel like the weather finally decided, you know what? Now we're gonna start feeling cold. Look, it's like winter's been the weirdest at this point. Now it's like, now you guys can have some cold. Here we go.
Of course, and here in Ohio, who knows what next week could look like? Not even the weatherman could keep his job. Like, I'm kidding. He probably does a great job.
It's all good. I don't think any weathermen are watching this, hopefully. But before we get into everything that I do want to ask you and everything we're going to get into, I have to ask you the question I ask everyone that comes on. You heard the name of the podcast. It's called Respect the Craft. So for you, when you hear that term, the craft, what does that mean to you?
Yeah, it means building something with your hands. You know, building something that could be from the bottom up, or if you have some gifted talents and stuff, you can present your craft that you already were born with, and that you can present to anybody, and think of it like that. Yeah.
Got you. No, that works right there. And here we go. We got Zealous saying nice haircut at Casey Jacobs. So there we go. We got someone enjoying the haircut right there. There you go.
Thank you very much.
See, at least the haircut, at least it was your choice. I know when we talk about later, unfortunately, what happened to Brent earlier in the year. At least it's back though. It's back. We'll talk about that later on. But it grew in nice. It grew in nicely. At least especially for the wedding. It grew in nicely. It's there. It worked out. But as we continue here, now I do want to get into that though. Choosing to step into this craft, to get into it, what was it for you that made you decide this isn't just something you enjoy, this isn't just a hobby, I need to get into that squared circle? What was it for you?
Yeah, so when I was around 9 or 10 years old, I witnessed my friends from football and friends from school. They were actually practicing wrestling in a room, and I walked by and I just hopped in and started warming up and stretching with them. Told my mom I wanted to do that. And then also, like around the same time, also discovered WWE and started watching that, but specifically Raw. I found out about like SmackDown a little bit later on, but yeah, it all kind of came at me around that age. And when I graduated high school, I was told by a friend, there's a school right down the road, and I'm like, again, another coincidence. Like it's just I can just do it. I got to, of course, put my heart to, but it's been everything since then. So yeah.
Got you. And no, I can imagine then finding something. What was it for you that made you decide, you know what, now that you're in this, let's go full throttle? What was that moment where it's like, yeah, this is the right choice here. This isn't just, well, we tried it out, we did this. I know as well you had a little bit of a collegiate background as well. So how was that switch and making it decide, you know what, let's go into full throttle here with pro wrestling?
Yeah. So like it definitely, I thankfully, had just graduated high school. So I had my graduation money that I used for training. So that was like a big commitment right there. But once I felt like that first entrance and like the first real like wrestling match,
Yeah.
and I just kind of knew that like I could be doing this, hopefully, as a career, but I could just be doing this. And with friends that I've made and like everybody that I've met, it's been like a crazy, crazy experience, and no way would I ever give this up. like because you just don't even know what a day could bring.
Got you. No, definitely so. And now, what as that goes, as the years start to happen, and you start finding yourself in there, getting to compete in front of different crowds, different people, different just atmospheres. Um, this is where that picture that I said I was gonna bring up, because you got
Oh,
to wrestle in front of someone very specific. So I want to get your reaction to wrestling in front of Elmo.
oh, that's what you got. Yes, yeah.
Like I was
Like
like
who?
I was like when I was looking up pictures, 'cause again, I like to do some research, like to do some back, and I'm like, let's try to find something where there's gonna be a story. And when I'm like, wait, that's Elmo. Okay, we got
Yes,
to hear this story.
yes. So I could probably tell mostly everything about that story. So that was that. Shout out to Grindhouse Pro Wrestling
Okay,
in Indiana. Yeah, they were my first match was there, and I did a lot of my training and first matches there,
gotcha.
um, and there was a rumble that night for the holidays, and you never know, who to expect at a rumble, and believe it or not, there wasn't only Elmo, there was a Red Power Ranger, who I wish Captain Brent Oakley got a picture with if he's watching. He was eliminated by the Power Ranger. Oh, he'll never let that go. He'll never
Oh,
let that go.
now we're clipping this because now
Oh
we got to
no,
make sure
I'm in trouble.
Brett talks about that. Shout out to
Uh,
Brett though.
shout out to Brett. No, yeah. So there's that, and then Elmo appeared. I'm like, you got again. You never know who you're gonna meet.
Yeah,
He's a hero. Yeah. So
that's
had to. And my hair
you
was
gotta love
crazy
that.
there. The
You
blonde
got
hair.
hey again. It's a whole different look. It's just again. It's
Oh
those
goodness.
different stages, man. Hey, the amount of I've done. This is episode 341. I think by now there's been at least a few hair color changes for myself. So it's like it
The
just
red looked
happened.
good.
Thank you, thank you.
Got. I'll get my own maybe. We'll
I don't
see.
know if you want to have red hair right now because of who you're facing this weekekend, but
I
maybe
thought that was the picture you were gonna bring up of
uh,
last show when I
no, no,
got
no,
put
no, no,
into
no.
the death
We'll,
match.
we'll,
Yeah,
we'll definitely get into that. We'll definitely get into that picture as well.
of
But
course.
no, I was like, I gotta ask this because I'm like, there has to be a funny story when it comes to Elmo.
Yeah,
Like
it was great. That was a
it
great
just
night.
again, I hope Sammy watches this now because there's a rumor that there is some type of battle royal or rumble at the holiday show coming up in on December the 21st. So who knows who'll make their way into that rumble right there. I heard the Vibe guys might be making their way to that, so you never know who else could possibly enter and be in there. So you never know. Maybe we'll
Yeah,
see an Elmo show up at Revolver. You never know.
yeah. I'm on Big Bird. Come on, come on.
But as we continue here again, and as we keep going with the pictures now, I had to pull this one up here. A little bit of a younger Alpha
Yes,
segment right there. As we
handcrafted gear
look
as
at that.
as what we could do at the frat house.
Got
That's what we whipped up. Yes,
so.
sir.
When you look back at that though, those humble days, the beginning stages of Alpha segment, now to see what you guys are doing now, the stage that you guys are at now, and just what you've been able to grow into, even at Revolver and beyond that. How has that been for you?
Yeah, it's been awesome. Like, we've been through ups and downs. Of course, COVID at the start didn't really help at all. But again, though, like, there's always been that, like, um, there's always like we're always a team, Even through COVID, we stuck together. All of us that trained together, like Damian Chambers, Ace Austin, us. So it's been like as long as we're together, we're gonna thrive, and it's just glad to see everybody go wherever they go, type of deal.
Got you. No, it is, and it is a thing to see all you guys, and again, seeing the stage that you guys are at now, seeing what you guys have been doing, even though unfortunately, what started as a trio, as you can see right there, we're down unfortunately to two. But even seeing that though, seeing now, even as much as we'll get into what Dick Myers did, seeing him now, hey, he's holding some gold right now. So I know even though as much as you guys aren't too fond of each other, it is great to see what he's doing, what you guys are doing, what Ace Austin currently is doing as a Revolver heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
Damian Chambers getting opportunities as much as he's questioned for opportunities. Hey, he's a part of that Revolver scramble this weekend. So big things up for that crew, especially, and what you guys continue to do.
Yeah. Thank you.
But now I think we've talked about it enough. We're gonna get into it. Why this is happening this weekend, as it will be no rope barbed wire for those Wrestling Revolver World Tag Team Championships. Before we get into it, we have to talk about the clip right here. We're gonna show it, and then we'll be right back with this one.
Full-fledged frat brother here by taking out Killer Kelly. Oh, what the fuck? Look at the smile on his face. What has the pledge done? The pledge has been corrupted by Killer Kelly. The pledge.
So we've heard Brent's side of the story. We've heard Dick Myers' side of the story. I now want to hear Casey Jacobs' side of the story here, because Brent, again, talking about the brotherhood between you three, what you guys have gone through, making it to Revolver, making it to the main shows at Revolver. We've heard from Dick saying more of him just being almost just never fully welcomed in, never fully given that respect factor. What is your side of the story here, brother?
For sure. I always want to try and put myself in other shoes. I've seen the respect Red has given Pledge, making him lick beer off the mat, making everybody, having him call everybody daddy. He can do that. But I think what started that was when people started asking Pledge what was next. Because sure, he was Pledge for a while. It all started when I originally got hurt. I broke my elbow. And, thankfully, Pledge was ready to step in. And by God, he sprung like a rose, man. He's great. I'll give him that. He has the belt. I'll eat my words with that. But I was out for a while, and him and Brent had a great thing going. And then by the time I was ready to come back, we had to deal with trios. And we worked around that. We did trios matches. Those are becoming popular. The belts had just become like trios belts, like pretty recently before he did his Dastardly Deeds. But people started asking him what's after Pledge, and who knows what else he was thinking or talking to him after them promos or whatever. He would stick around. We would let him do his thing. He's awesome. But yeah, he ruined that. And he was on this podcast, and he said something. He said he was the glue of Alpha Sig. Well, we're sticking together, and we get another chance one last time. So
Again, this is it's like I said with Brent, and like I said even with Pledge, talking about just how heartbreaking it was, because it felt like that night you guys were almost there of getting that momentum to become Wrestling Revolver Tag Team Champions. It looked like you guys were on the up and ups after win after win. Brent even pinning a former Wrestling Revolver heavyweight champion in Swan. Like, it was moments
we
like
were
that.
on that win streak.
And I heard Dick's side of the story. I understand he felt his type of way. I also feel like another individual who we had on the podcast, Killer Kelly, might have said some things that might have persuaded him in one way. Again, we will never know. We will never know what he truly was thinking on his own accord. But I can imagine for you guys, this was something just never expected, especially all three of you coming into Revolver as a unit to now be on opposing sides, and for it to get to this stage right here, where Saturday, it is no longer a normal type of matchup here. We saw what happened at the last event. We saw where that graphic we have here, the blood just gushing, everything from, and this Saturday, we expect a lot more, as it is going to be a no rope barbed wire type of match here. And it's Dick Myers in there. You guys finally get your hands on him, but you also have a true just deathmatch legend and Alex Cologne.
That's
Just
true.
your thoughts going into there, man, and just what it all means, and especially for it to be, like you said, possibly that last shot at those tag team titles.
Yes, we definitely have been trying to cook up some strategies. We've gone to the study room, at the campus, and we've seen some things. And thankfully, I got that experience the last show in Dayton, so that I can kind of not be so, deer in the headlights seeing that barbed wire out there, because there's no escape from that barbed wire, and I'm ready to eat it. Like I mean, we got to avoid it. We got to avoid it. So we have to think about outside the box with things. And we know that, yeah, we got a deathmatch star on the opposite team. But if we take out one half of the team, it's gonna be a lot easier. It's gonna be a lot easier.
Got you. And now this is something, especially when it comes to the just severity of what can happen Saturday. When I spoke to Brent about it, you guys still hadn't had that opportunity fully to face him yet, because going into face when I had Brent on here, it was supposed to be Steve Macklin and Alex Cologne in that opportunity to win those vacated tag team titles. Dick Myers making his way in to get those titles. But is that going to be something where, are you guys going to be able to pull the trigger on someone that is, or was, I should say, like a younger brother? Is there going to be that moment of to be able to do something where what has to be done in order to win those world tag team titles on Saturday?
Yes, 100%. We are
Josh?
ready, dude. This man has kicked me in between the legs and rolled me up the last three shows.
Yeah, yeah.
He has it coming.
Gotcha.
By all karma, by all means, he has it coming. Like, if I don't, like, drop a boulder on him, pick the world up, drop it on his head, I'm gonna go all Lil Wayne on him.
Got you. No, I have to ask, just because I can imagine, even with everything that's gone on, everything that's happening, there's still, at least for you and Brent, I would imagine there's still something there that it's like he still was the guy we were looking out for. He was still that pledge,
He's shown no remorse.
Gotcha.
He's he said some things about us.
Yeah.
I'd say there was less love
Gotcha.
in my eyes. But again, he has the belt now. He's found his own way. So, I can't hate him on that. But there's definitely, we would have gotten there with him. It would have been beautiful. Like, but we're gonna have to do it this way against him. So it's gonna be beautiful for us still. So he could have stayed.
Again, it's one of those where that's what everyone expected. I know you guys have had the conversations with, shout out to the Dad World Order. They expected it. They thought, hey, it was going to be eventually, that moment was coming for full Alpha Sigma. And to just see this now, to see that it has to be you guys against Dick Myers and Alex Cologne.
Yeah. He was asked what's next.
Yeah.
And we would, not really push him for an answer, but everybody graduates at some point.
Yeah.
Alpha Sig can look different years from now. People graduate, and so time moves on. And we debuted, I believe, in May of 22. Hold on, let me look. Of 23, May of 23.
Gotcha.
And then a year and 2 months later, he does his dirty deeds against Brent. So, I mean, I guess, he felt like time was right and time was then. I was out with the shoulder injury, so I guess he didn't see the trios working. But
again, it's a situation where it's sad to see. It's the realm of what ifs. What would have happened if all three of you would have stuck together? But hey, now we're here, because I feel like, again, I kind of understood where he was coming from with, it felt like, even in the picture there, it was always you and Brent. And I guess he felt, unfortunately, a little left out of situations. Like I even admitted, unfortunately, maybe this also didn't help the situation.
Come on, we can't.
However,
He's a year younger. We can't have kids walking in with a fake ID. You kidding me? Are you kidding me?
that also makes sense. That makes sense. But even the first time I saw you guys was a part of Vibe, and it was originally you and Brent, where you guys did the one of their earlier videos with the full Vibe guys, and just seeing that and seeing.
I could see that he was on before I was, though. He was on Vibe before I was. He had a shot at that spinner belt back at the old Vibe house. So, you know, he's great, and he's had his chances, and he's the king. He's the belt holder right now. But this Saturday, it's gonna be the best night of my life.
There you go. And here we got Bolt in the chat saying, "Let's go, Casey Jacobs." There we go. We got the support coming in. But again, we're gonna see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. If you haven't already, make sure you get your tickets. Be there at the Horizon Event Center, because season finale is going to be stacked. Multiple championship matches, as not only will the Revolver World Tag Team titles be on the line, you have those Glee G Infinity Tag titles on the line. You have the Wrestling Revolver World Championship on the line. The TNA X Division Champion. It's going to be a star-studded event.
What a finale.
That's it. This is what Revolver does, though, for a season finale like this. And you would think that's a way to close out the year. Then, no, 2 weeks later, it is going to be a holiday bash, a holiday special there. So Revolver giving you all the excitement to cap off the new year. So there you go. There you go. But as we continue here, now I want to get into a little bit more of the mind here of Casey Jacobs. This one I always say, when people say this is a hard question, I say blame Alex Shelley, because I had to bring it up with him. And now we keep asking everyone the question, which is
blind into this one.
For your career so far, again, very young still in the career, what would be a match that you say defines that career for you? It could be a tag match, it could be solo, but for you, what would be a match that you say defines Casey Jacobs so far?
Honestly, it had to have been my debut match at Rockstar with Brent Oakley. We debuted as Alpha Sig, actually with that picture you keep bringing up. And who did we face? We faced Ace Austin and Zachary Wentz. All right. And sure, they were our trainers, but we had a banger match in front of a Rockstar crowd. And it'll be a match that I can never forget and always look back on. And again, the feeling that I had when I was out there, we lost, but you know, we got our hand raised by them. And to see where they're at now and where they're going to be at is just incredible that I get to say I was there. And it also shows where I could go with who I'm with and the hard work that I can put in.
Got you. I really wish I would have had the picture, because with Brent, we actually spoke about that match. And it's funny, I had the picture on that podcast, and it's like, we'll probably talk about everything, but it worked out. Hey, it just shows how important that match is. And I can imagine, especially years later now, how, again, seeing the roads you guys have taken, and now you're all are going to be a part of this stacked event right there. Like I said,
Zachary, if you ask me in a week, my favorite, best match, that answer might change.
Yeah.
For real. Because I know it's going to be a lot of emotions that night, whether win or lose. So.
Got you.
So
that's the best thing about it, though, because like I said, it's one of those where it's like that defining moment so far. So after Saturday, it could change, because you never know what could happen. What can happen in that match, win or lose? What's just going to happen for the trajectory, not only of Casey Jacobs, but also for Alpha Sig. You never know what's going to happen, especially in a match like this. So many emotions. The crowd's going to be invested. And again, you add that element of no ropes. You add that barbed wire element. It's
and I'm no stranger to the injuries, and I know what I'm walking in for. Like if I'm gonna walk out with more, that's so be it. It's gonna be worth it.
Which it's perfect you bring that up, though, just because of, has that played a factor into how you look at every match now? Because unfortunately, when someone does go down with injuries, that has to change is this the right call to still come back into this? Is this something to continue to do, especially so young in your career so far that it's like, is that ever a factor of should I keep doing this?
That's a very good point. And I have like some defects, like my collarbone is like messed up now.
Okay.
So it's just like I'm gonna keep doing this till I drop.
Gotcha.
Like my a lot of people tell me that like you're gonna get hurt. Well, you could get hurt slipping on ice. So I'm gonna do what I love and get a good video of it, and then you know you can have fun falling on your ice. I'm gonna learn how to fall safely, maybe.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah,
And again, unfortunately, like we mentioned earlier, that could possibly happen this week. There's a lot of chances of snow and craziness. So you never know. You never know.
that's true.
Uh,
Yeah,
but hey, it is again what shows what's worth it about it, though. Like you said, having moments like that, having that match with Wentz and Ace Austin, having this match this weekend, and just the matches that can come from there, getting to do it, especially alongside a brother, getting to do it alongside that someone that you've come up with, I can imagine has just made this even more special as well.
oh yes, 100%. And I love seeing what Brent is doing now, and I would wish him the best. He's gonna have the best future ever. Like he just got married. Like I look up to him so much, and to have him as my captain again, it's just inspiring, and makes me want to work harder too for my future as well.
Got you. There you go. So now let's talk a little bit about the future here, because we are less than a month away. It's going to be the new year. It's going to be 2025.
Yeah.
How does that year look like for Casey Jacobs? What's on that horizon for you? Who are some teams, or even again, maybe you want to dabble in that singles gold as well? Who are some people that you have there? It's like, you know what, I have to get in the ring with. I have to get my hands on in 2025.
Yeah, like since they've come along Rockstar too, I like the Dub Club, they're another young, fresh team. I really want to wrestle them one on one. Get the Rascals again. I need, yeah, we want them again for sure. Um, Gosh, I mean, like I could list the whole Rockstar locker room because they're great. I'm trying to think outside of that box. I think like the thing about the Rockstar opportunities is just
Yeah,
like any match that we get, or like not even that, every match right now is important for us. So we would get any opportunity we would love, and we love our opportunities at Rockstar. Yeah,
got you.
yeah.
There you go. No, that definitely again we got to see again seeing what that's transcended now to the Revolver locker room as well, seeing what's happened there, seeing you guys a part of this. Again, that's gonna be interesting to see what could
Sorry,
happen.
that was like kind of a bull crap answer, but
It's
like
all good.
I'm still trying to think right now. Like, I mean, of
No,
course I could say the Hardy Boys, but you know what I
well,
mean? It's
hey,
just like,
the craziness now about wrestling, you never know what could happen.
yo, oh my
Wrestling,
goodness. That's what's so awesome too. It's like, yeah, like anything really could happen.
you're looking again, just looking at this poster right here, and you talk about
Matt
even Zach.
Cardona.
You talk about just the insanity Matt Cardona's been doing. You're seeing what again Zach and Trey have done this year alone. Not only are they doing things in TNA, they're doing things now in Japan and Glee. They've gone to NXT. That you never know. You never
Yeah, I gotta get
know.
my passport. I go international. That'd be crazy.
You never know what could happen. We possibly could see. You never know. Could we see? Hey, they have those TNA tag titles. Maybe we could see Alpha Sig versus the Hardys happen eventually. You never know.
Sheesh.
You never know. So again, it's the endless uh option of possibilities out there. So you
Yes,
never know.
sir. I love wrestling.
Hey, that's the
Let's
it's,
get
it's why we
Bert and
do it.
Ernie in there. Best tag team in the world. Elmo, come on.
Hey, that's it. You just need the rematch now with Elmo. That's it. 2025 Elmo.
Pull it
We're
up so quick. Wait, is he wearing
I,
thumbs up, thumbs down? That's a Sammy Callahan. I just realized that, bro.
I just looked at it too. I'm like, wait a
Oh
second.
my
That
gosh.
Elmo was a Sammy
That was
Callahan.
before we even started training with Sammy. That's so crazy. Elmo is a Sammy Callahan fan. God, he will never let that down.
Now
Never.
that's it. Now we're gonna even add. Now we got to clip this. This now that shows you how Sammy is transcended. That Elmo is a fan of Sammy Callahan.
Dude, oh my goodness. I cannot believe it.
Oh, so not only was Brent eliminated by the Red Ranger, but
Yes.
Elmo was a Sammy Callahan fan. There you go.
I
It
wouldn't
just
be surprised if he freaking gave somebody a power driver or something. I gotta find that clip wherever it's at.
see now the question is, was Sammy under the Elmo mask? Maybe that's what it was.
It could have been. Oh my gosh.
There
I
we go.
didn't even think about that.
We're cracking the code.
Yo,
It was Sammy the whole time.
he's scouting us. That was
He
the
was
thing.
he was scouting you guys from back then, and he just decided to beat Elmo. Which now this just
Tussle was
makes us,
probably the Red Ranger.
that's what it was. It was Tussle in there.
God damn it, Tussle.
He decided. Wait, we wouldn't know. Did he do it? Did he do a frog splash? If
Oh
he did a frog,
goodness. We
then
have to
that's
ask Brent. I don't know. Can't remember.
this just makes this button even funnier now because now I'm just gonna do it.
Just Sammy Callahan being like, thumbs up, thumbs down. Elmo.
Wow.
This is the one time I hope Sammy's not watching because that's it. We're done.
That's funny.
But no, again, it shows again those humble beginnings. Like I said, you have from this right here to now get ready for Saturday to just see how you
Brett
two
don't even got the stash.
No, and again, we talk about that. That's another reason why I asked earlier about remorse. But hey, Dick did not even have the remorse of cutting off Brent's mustache, knowing how much that means to him, how much it means to the Revolver fans, to the Vibe fans. That it was funny seeing the reaction on Vibe, seeing the podcast that they do now. Everyone, wait, where's the stash? What happened? Like
They got him. They got him, and just the stash is back. Brent is back. Alpha Sig is back. We're gonna get them tag belts.
there you go. There you go. Again, that will be happening. If you guys haven't already, make sure you get your tickets now. If you can be in the area, if unfortunately you can, if you can't make it to Saturday to season finale, make sure you are checking it out on Triller TV, aka Fight TV, and watch the stacked event because again, top to bottom, it is going to be insanity because you're going to have Alpha Sig in there against Red, which also I know they're not announced. We don't have Steve Macklin around. We don't have RSP around. What stops them from getting involved, especially with barbed wire in play? Just is that game plan in there for when the rest of Red gets involved? Which I would assume right now she's still doing her motherly duties. She's still with the lovely new baby. Congratulations again to Killer Kelly and Myron Reed.
We've crossed her out. If she shows up, that would be a surprise for us.
That's what I'm saying. I've imagine though, because hey, it's in an environment like this. I feel like Killer Kelly might want to make an appearance.
Yeah.
So, what is the game plan for if Red decides to stack on the numbers?
Yeah.
I want to share because I can imagine that
we
also.
got to expect it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to expect it at some point. So you bring up good points, and I'm not really going to give away our strategies too much.
Of course.
But if anything were to happen, hopefully there are been some conversations in the back about keeping this. I mean, it's no DQ, so it could go crazy.
You have a lot of good friends in there, guys that we know you guys have been around before. You mentioned a few earlier. You never know. There's also some guys that might just not be fans of Red in general anyway. So you never know.
We'll see. We'll see. I have a feeling that it's just gonna be a game day decision. Whatever we see, we just gotta think about our training, about all the work we put in, like all the emotions we felt, and just stay connected. And we know we'll do good. We'll do good.
Gotcha. No, that works right there. So now I have to ask this because this should have been something I asked even before we got into the tag title situation. But hey, it works out. We're going all around. This is what you do, especially after a few drinks at the frat house. You never know what happens. But we go into this. How did that relationship form with Sammy Callahan, even to get you guys in the door at Revolver? Because I know, again, from the earlier days at Rockstar to now making it there, how was that relationship form and just to get these type of opportunities here?
Yeah. So, I guess like it was crazy to me when I figured out like how popular it is or how popular Ohio is for wrestling. Like so many people are just like around Ohio, like an hour's worth driving or so. So once we got in with Sammy's school, we knew we had a good spot, someone we could really learn from and put our time into. And thankfully, with the experience, with Rockstar and everything we've gotten back from Sammy, like it's just been a great give and return relationship.
Gotcha.
I mean, he's given us again these opportunities more than we could be thankful for. Not really trying to brown nose or anything, but just like Sammy always talks about putting in for the business, and he's a great example. Like he's of in the business for so long, and he's still putting into the business.
Yeah, no, agreed. It is one of those where I didn't just say it when I spoke to him on here, not just what I've spoken to him outside of this realm, but just again, he truly he's doing what the saying goes, like trying to make the business better than when we found it. And he's
Yeah,
definitely that type of guy that pays it forward. And again, you see it with the talent that he books, the opportunities he's given you guys, and just the challenges he's given you guys. Because again, these aren't the easiest opportunities either. We talk about the first shot you guys got at those tag titles and just the wars you guys have been in through. Like we talked about with Brent, the wars you guys went in there with SGC. And
yes,
now you have this opportunity here where, again, you are so close to finally winning gold. But again, it's going at it with a former brother. It's going at it with Alex
against the
Lowe.
team.
And it's a situation this Saturday.
It is, but my God, we're gonna put on a good show.
Yeah. That is the best I think any Revolver fan or any fan is going to look out for, and especially fans of your guys. Just seeing what you guys have done, it is going to be that vision this Saturday, and again, it's going to be a night no one will forget. But before we start wrapping this up, Casey, I got one final question for you, and that is for Casey Jacobs. What is the end goal, brother?
End goal. I want to be a name that everybody kind of thinks about. Uh, Whether I'm the greatest of all time, that's a dream. But I just want to be like and brought up in conversations that'll make me feel good about my legacy and about what I put into the business. Uh, yeah, definitely like my own school one day would be dope. Because wrestling will be a part of my life forever until I drop. So that'll be what it is.
Got you. We'd love to see. And again, you never know what happens, man. Again, we are going into a new year. We never know what could happen. Maybe the next time we talk on here, you guys will be holding those lovely Wrestling Revolver World Tag titles. Maybe we'll do that, especially depending on what happens Saturday. Again, I have to be unbiased. I try to remain partial to all parties here. If you guys are holding those tag team titles, we'll do a part 2 to this with both you and Brent and have you guys come on here to have a nice celebration, if you will.
Yeah, definitely. Whenever.
There you
Yeah,
go.
you can come party with us
There you
in
go.
the frat house.
We'll do
You
one of
ever have,
those.
where are you from? You ever have like a sit in
So
together?
unfortunately, the how it's in New York, not many universities are like
Right.
right here
We
that are
went
having
over
class
that.
like that. Yeah. Well, we
Yeah.
talked about it off the air. That's why.
Uh,
But yeah, in New York, there's not too many universities like that. We do have those that are known, but it's more upstate and everything like that. But it's okay. We're definitely that's on the goal list for 2025 is to finally make it out to Ohio and Iowa as well. So we'll make it happen. We'll make it
that'd
happen.
be awesome. That would be awesome.
But before we let you go, we got to remind everyone if they haven't already, go follow Casey Jacobs on all the social media right there. It's going to be the Casey Jacobs on Instagram, at the Casey Jacobs on X right there. Links will also be in the description down below. And once again, if you haven't already, make sure you get your tickets now. Be there for Wrestling Revolver Presents season finale live on Triller TV. It's going to be a stacked event top to bottom. And you never know what could happen because you might see some new World Tag Team Champions on Saturday. And again, it's going to be a celebration all night. But
Yes,
Casey,
it
thank
would.
you again so much for joining me, brother. It's been a pleasure. And
Thank
everyone
you.
watching, as always, don't forget to be wise, be genuine, be real, be better people, respect the craft. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace,
Keep
everybody.
chilling. Keep chilling. Yes.